We're here in Bend, Oregon at the Brasada Ranch. Steve Masters is the president of the Cessna Advanced Aircraft Club. Steve, tell me exactly what this event is called now.
Well, it's been called the Bend Reunion Fly-In. So the original intention was to bring the owners together for one last fly-in to Bend. As you know, Cessna has made the very difficult decision to move the operation from Bend down to Wichita, just given the economic situation that the world is in. And so we wanted to bring the owners back to Bend one last time, because pretty much every owner here, I think, has taken delivery of their aircraft from the people here in Bend that built the aircraft for us. And we've gotten to know a lot of the people that have worked at the factory over the years, and because of that, we wanted to, show our support for them and give our thanks to them by bringing ourselves back and just visiting Bend at least one more time. And frankly, why wouldn't you come to Bend?
There is kind of an interesting atmosphere here, Steve, because it's obviously somewhat bittersweet for some of the people who live in the area, but there are also some positives associated with this story, and I wanted to make sure that those did not escape.
Sure, and I think that's really one of the best things that's ever happened for the owners, right? When Columbia announced that they were seeking protection in bankruptcy court, obviously, a lot of us owners, we've seen other aircraft companies go through bankruptcy, and we're very concerned, obviously, about our aircraft, our availability of part supply, our availability of warranty coverage, even the ability, is the airplane going to be able to keep flying, right? Is anybody going to pick up the type certificate and do anything with it? Clearly what's happened in the last couple of months with Eclipse is another case of, an owner group that's probably in the same position that we were in about a year and a half ago. And the owners of the Columbia aircraft at the time, we got together and got very good representation as part of the bankruptcy proceedings and worked with Cessna and came out of that, I think, better than any owner group ever has. So we came out with our warranties intact. We came out with a company that knows how to build, support, and maintain aircraft for the long haul, and they've been doing that for us for the last year and a half. We've got an airplane that fits into their product line and that they want and they need, and they're excited to have us as a part of the family. And we're frankly really happy to be part of the Cessna family. It's been a really good partnership for us, and I don't think any of us have any really true complaints about how that's turned out.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its V-tail design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com. How well has Cessna done the job of integrating the owners of the aircraft that were purchased as Columbia with the ones that are now being sold as Corvalis? Is this a pretty cohesive group?
It's a very cohesive group. The biggest debate we have is what do we call ourselves when we call ATC, and we still call ourselves Columbia, at least the old-time owners. And pretty soon, I think we're going to start really causing confusion out there, and we're going to have to get something cleared up, because I know new owners are picking up their airplanes and they're being told to call themselves Corvalis, and I don't even think ATC knows what those are yet. The last thing we want to do, and what we're pretty emphatic with Cessna on getting a brand name to the aircraft, was that we're a much different airplane than what most people think of as Cessna. And so if you come into the pattern at 120 knots calling yourself Cessna, somebody's looking for a high winger doing about 90, and it causes an issue. And so we really wanted to make sure from a safety standpoint that we had that differentiation, and hopefully Corvalis will do that. People will get to understand what that is.
Which of the planes do you fly, and what vintage is it? Was yours a Columbia?
So mine left as a Lancair Columbia 400. Since then, the factory changed to the name Columbia Aircraft, and then they were just Columbia 400s. And then they were Cessna 400s, and now they're the Corvalis and Corvalis TTs. And I'm pretty sure that's where they're going to stick.
Let's talk about the warranty issue, because that was a big part of the presentation by Cessna's factory reps this morning. But has this been a big deal for the owners?
Again, I think the best thing that we've seen, one, is Cessna just getting behind us and standing behind us. So we came out very, very well in the bankruptcy proceedings, and a lot of it was due to Cessna just understanding that they really wanted to support the existing owners, because they supported us in ways they didn't honestly have to legally. But the owners came out with the best of both worlds. So if the terms of the Cessna warranty that we were given when we came on board, so Cessna said, you're now under Cessna terms and warranty, if those were better than our original Lancair or Columbia warranties, then we get that But if our warranty terms under our previous existing conditions with Columbia were better, then we got that. So for instance, my airplane left the factory with a 5-year, 900-hour airframe warranty. Cessna's typical warranty on an airframe is 2 years. My 5-year, 900-hour airframe warranty is still intact. So anything that happens that's airframe related is covered up until the end of June of next year, because I have an 05 or 900 hours.
Integra Release 9 sets a new standard with the easiest to use pilot interface in all of general aviation. Access to any of Release 9's powerful capabilities is as simple as pressing the desired bidirectional page key. Pressing the same key in a desired direction navigates through the clearly labeled tabs with no more guessing as to what a given pilot input would do. Avidyne's Integra Release 9 is the next generation in fully integrated flight deck technology, and the easiest to use page and tab user interface is just one of the many benefits designed to make your flying easier and safer.
Let's talk about things that maybe have not yet been addressed by Cessna. Is there a wish list among owners of these aircraft that's waiting to be addressed?
I think the biggest issue that the owners have to date is that we see the competition marketing new features faster than Cessna is. So you see, Cirrus has come out with flight into known icing. And certainly we think that the Cessna platform is just as, if not more, capable than Cirrus, which does make a very good airplane. And we'd like to see things like flight into known icing. We'd like to see synthetic vision coming sooner. So we know Cessna takes a very deep engineering approach to that. So they test it, they test it, they test it, and then they test it again. And they won't put it out until they're absolutely positively certain that there's just no issues in it that they've been able to find. And that just takes some time. Plus it takes a lot of engineering resources, and I've said, things like nose gear struts and working expense out of air conditioning units and everything else has had engineering working on cost of ownership issues more than enhancement issues. But I think they're getting to the tail end of a lot of those initial cost of ownership issues, and so we've seen ramp up really in the Cessna's ability to start bringing some of the new innovations out. So we are going to see synthetic vision here pretty quickly. We are going to see, I think, announcements on other things that are coming.
All right, let's not get out of here without talking about the club, the Cessna Advanced Aircraft Club. How widespread is membership among owners of the type? I would think it's probably pretty deep considering the bankruptcy and the need to pull together on that. But if there are any members out there or any prospective members out there who haven't joined yet, what's in it for them?
So there's a couple things in it for them. Really, we are sort of the warehouse of knowledge about these aircraft. Right? So we have people that we have people that own 300s, 350s, 400s. We've owned them for a long time. We have people that have gone through and done, there's a couple of 300s out there now that have just gone through the Aspen avionics upgrade. So there's glass paneled 300s flying out there. How do you do that? How do you operate your engine? What if I, feel this kind of vibration and shimmy? What does that mean? So, the breadth of knowledge out there through our website is probably the best aviation deal out there. So for $50 a year, you get full access to 6 years of history of searching and people that we've got folks that can tell you how to do whatever you need to do to your G1000 to from backing up data cards to how do you restore something to how do you fly this profile, and the same with the Avidyne, right, and same with the steam gauges. So we've got all of that knowledge. We do try to do some social events so you get to meet other owners like this event here. So we try to make it fun. We try to give people a place to come to, and we try to make sure that people understand about the recurrent training program as well. So we tie the training program back into the club and bring it into one sort of big self-supporting family. And the advantage too is that Cessna watches our club website. Cessna watches our blogs. It's 2 to 3 days a week I probably walk into work and I have an email from the head of Cessna Parts and Distribution going, about this posting, I'm on it. Mm-hmm. Or you'll see an owner that will post and says, I've got this problem, and 2 days later he says, I got a call from Cessna, here's what Cessna did for me, the problem is solved, thank you Cessna. Right, you see that, and so Cessna knows that the voice of the ownership of this aircraft comes through our forum. So it's the best place to go. It's the central repository for getting your questions answered and making sure Cessna is hearing your issue, and that's what's been really important to us.